So what's up guys, I'm back again with another video, two in the space of like 12 hours, which is pretty much unheard of for me. But today I've been going through the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Reddit and I've come across a ton of posts, all within a couple of minutes, on about how difficult it is to beat Enfys Nest in the Galactic Bounties 2 event. So what I figured I'd do is give you guys a video of how I'm getting through this, and I don't have the greatest bounty hunters, you guys know this. You witnessed me facing Chewbacca, so you know, I've not got the greatest team. They're not really modded, I don't really use them, and now I'm using them for 2 videos in the space of a day, and it's pretty crazy trying to get used to it all. Within the space of a day I've had to kind of become as much of an expert as I possibly can on all the mechanics of a faction that I never really use, but you know, I'm winning, so that's what matters, right? But let's get into the video now. Let me show you the mods that I have on my team. It's the exactly same mods that we had on the Chewbacca success video, after the copious amounts of getting smashed, of course. So there's, you know, there's no god mods really. There's occasional decent mod, but overall the sets are quite achievable. And I'll show you the mechanic that's used to actually beat Enfys, because as you know, she's a nightmare, and the nerf that we had on Nest doesn't appear to be actually active for Nest in this event. It's kind of how she used to be, so you can get that health right down, and she heals all the protection rather than where her health is currently based. So you know, it's a little bit tricky without the usual characters to do it. I've heard that some people are managing to do this with Zam lead, although Zam is really squishy, so fair play to you if you're managing that. But my tactic, probably the easiest method, and most of you will likely have this team if you're having any success with Chewie, so let's get on with the video. Okay, it's clearly amateur hour here because I forgot to turn the green screen feature off in OBS a minute ago, hence the black background, but we got it fixed now. Right, I'm going to show you the team I'm using and their mods. You can see on the abilities, Bosk is done. I'll show you his speed, 245. Let's go and actually show you the mods. You can see the you know, the primaries and stuff that I'm using. I'll go for each of the mods. I mean, Boss does have some pretty tasty health mods, to be honest, but that's because I get so many health mods from all these events that it's not too difficult to, you know, eventually get something decent. Let's get out of him. Let's go check Boba. Here's Boba's abilities. I'll show you speed overall. I mean, that's not particularly great for a Boba, let's face it. And his mods. I mean, we've got a 4-dot here. I'm fairly basic speed across most of these mods. Cad Bane, I know I've not done any of his Omegas except his actual contract payout. See, nothing special there in terms of speed or his critical damage for that fact, because I've actually got a health set on the bottom. I don't think I really had any decent spare mods left over for my bounty hunters. I mean, like I said before, they're not a team I actually really use ever. Right, who's next? 88, I think. Yeah, there we go. Obviously, never going to do that Zeta anytime soon. Saying that, I have Zeta Stormtrooper, but don't ask. If you don't know, don't ask. Could be worse. Could be spacey with Zeta Pow. Here are his complete trash mods. He used to have a good mod set back in the day when the droid team was like relevant in Heroic AAT. Since then, he's just kind of been completely butchered for the Resistance. And lastly, Dengar. There's his abilities and Gear 9, as you saw. I'm pretty sure if you watched the Chewbacca video, you probably know his mods. I mean, they haven't changed. None of them have changed since that video. Was that 14? General speed. Good chance, because don't have any damage left. Protection. And that's all there is to it. I can't bother to put my arena mods on. I haven't bothered doing that for Chewie either. Didn't need to. So let's get on with the actual run and show you how this is done. I get through the first waves. Generally, when it's round 1, round 2, I kind of just go all out to offense. So you want to get the contract payout immediately, obviously. It's going to speed things up. Once you've done that, we'll run through these, and on the third wave, the smart thing to do, much like with the old Phoenix one, when you're trying to unlock Thrawn, is to just use the basics in the third wave. Make sure you've got all your cooldowns ready for Nest in wave 4. Alright, he's about to drop. Yeah, finish him off with Boba. I don't think there's really anything difficult in any of these, to be honest. I mean, the beauty of having Zeta Bosk is all the healing, so you'll probably make it there with full health, full protection on everybody. Especially considering the wave 3 is very, very easy. There's no tanky characters whatsoever. I mean, that one just drops like nothing. I finish you. Okay, survived well for an extra couple of seconds. I remember the first time I faced these guys, I think it was like one of the light side 9 something or other, and I remember them being really difficult back then. I can remember if it was some Baze or Shore Trooper or something. Alright, this is the really, really easy one. This guy doesn't have any protection to start with. Take him out, take this guy out. The one on the left just goes down really quickly as well. To be honest, they're all going to go down quickly, so let's just kill whoever. Right, it's Nest time then. Alright, oh great. There we go, days everywhere. It doesn't really matter what we do right off the start, let's just hit her. Alright, this is the main key. We want to get these thermals on with Dengar. And you can stun her, preferably. When she unstuns, the thermals are going to go off. They're going to take huge amounts of damage. What I do like to do often is to get as many debuffs on this as I can, and then just pray that Boba is in line to go when she unstuns, and I can hit her with his execute. Very rarely seems to work out. Generally, like now, she's already got protection on, but that can be a pretty good way to take down a huge chunk of health. Oh wow, okay, well, we're down. I mean, this tends to happen. A lot of the time I tend to finish with 3 people. As long as we're keeping her stunned, and these are the guys to get the stuns done. As long as Nest has got more than 50% turn meter, Dengar's going to stun her with a middle move like that. Spam some more thermals on as soon as we can. Get that taunt, try and keep these guys alive, spam some more thermals. When she unstuns, that should be it. Boom, finished. And that is how you beat Nest. As you saw, my team, they're nothing special whatsoever, so it should be quite achievable for a lot of you guys. I've done this many times. As you saw, I didn't actually pick up the little profile picture you get or whatever. For the first time you finish it, I didn't get that then because I've done it before. My team were actually a little bit worse then, so yeah, good luck with this, guys. Hope this will help you all out. And I mean, that's not the only way you can do it. As I said, Zam lead is supposedly another way to get this done, and I can see exactly why that would happen. You want to get more thermals on. I mean, Greedo is also another character who can apply thermals, so if you can find a way to keep them alive and just stack massive amounts of thermals, she should in theory go down a little bit faster. Just use the same strategy. Make sure you stun her, stack thermals, she'll unstun, boom, and land a bit more damage, thermal, stun, just repeat the cycle. And as a result of that, she should just go down effortlessly. The beauty of Zeta Bosk lead, obviously, is the fact that your team are going to heal. You're going to have a little bit more survivability, because Nest hits really hard. As you saw, she took out my Boba like nothing. I mean, 88's not exactly impressive. He's, he's gear 11 and he's squishy, but Boba's pretty tanky and he's gear 12. She took him out like nothing. So if you don't have a particularly strong team, then Zeta Bosk is probably going to be needed. but it's not the only option. I hear that Django also, with his flame attack, is able to do big damage to Nest as well. So that's another option you could explore if you happen to, you know, have whaled out a little bit or just pre-geared Django in preparation for when he was finally going to become farmable. Then there is another option there too. Until next time, we out of here.